All right, I'm done with the syllabus. Let's go to how we're going to use the Canvas site and the Mylab and Mastery site. So first things first, the home page. Once we get to it here, there it is. Now this video that you're watching is going to be right over here, the introductory video to Canvas and the MyMathLab stuff. So there's that. Notice underneath there, what's going to happen is I'm going to post videos. So there'll be a lecture video of Chapter 1. I may do it in parts as well, but here are your PowerPoints for it. So just click on it if you need to. And then you can download them. I suggest downloading them and seeing it on the screen like this here. I know some of you guys enjoy just sort of looking at the work there, but it's best just to download it. There's a PowerPoint slide. Let me start my PowerPoint here. And this is what I'll be lecturing from as well. So it'll just be the PowerPoint videos here that we will do. All right, as soon as this thing actually processes and sets here, there it is, okay. So however you want to do this, you want to print this out, you want to have it in front of you, you want to work actually with it on the computer itself, that's fine too, or just kind of walk down with it here. One of the things that maybe to mention is if you want to print it out, don't print it by slide. If you want to print it the best way I found printing these guys, oh, of course I have to enable printing, is over here, just put in maybe like 3, 6, or 9 slides into a single sheet of paper, as opposed to doing 1 slide at a time. That's okay. Got it finally here. So all slides? No. Well, full slides. Right here. So I suggest maybe 3 slides at a time. 6 slides at a time. That might be a better way to go about doing it. And then you can follow me during the lecture as well. So there's your files menu. Sorry, let me go back here real quick here. So that's the home menu. I try to make it as clear as possible so you can kind of progress through the course there. So the only other thing that I have is, maybe you should, this is the reason why it's labeled as TEM. This is Tannenbaum, which is the author's name, Excursions in Mathematics, and it's the 9th edition. But then over here it says 0101, that means Chapter 1, Section 1. This is Chapter 1, Section 2, and you go on so forth. So this is all Chapter 1 stuff right here. So when I'll lecture, I'll tell you kind of which sections I've covered, and we will go from there. All right, since I did not get to the videos today for Chapter 1, what I did is on the assignments, you'll see that Chapter 1 is due not this Friday, but actually the following Friday. I did that because I'm was a little late on the Chapter 1 videos this time around. All right, so that's the home page. Announcements, as I put announcements, you'll see them here. Your grades, yes, you will look over here for grades. Not going to click on it because then you guys see everybody's names and rosters here. Discussion boards, yes, we will have discussion boards. We'll have about 5 discussion boards during the semester. They'll be here. As soon as I set one up, I will email you saying that the discussion board has been set, so please go ahead and contribute. All right, let me skip this one for now. Zoom Confer, this is how we're going to have office hours. We can interact with each other besides the video lectures of the chapter. And I have set up things for, looks like tomorrow already. And so initially for the first semester, for the first week, I just wanted to set up something here. So Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 10:15 is what I've set up. But also we might be able to change that if that does not work as a time for a lot of people in the class. All right, they are going to be recorded. So in case you want to see them later, we can do that as well. All right, the files menu. This is important here, has all the stuff for the course. So first things first, there are the PowerPoint slides. And so I have two files because one actually goes to the home page, one is actually just in here. So any one of them could be clicked on here. So these are all the PowerPoint slides. If you want to get them all at once, there they are. They start off at 1.1 and they go all the way through, all the way to the end of what we're going to be covering. As soon as they load, there it is. Okay, so if it's easier for you to download it from this side, that's perfect. That's what you want. Okay, let me go back. All right, next thing, I'll leave this for a little bit later. This one is the recommended assignment sheet. So let's click on that. And this one you probably want to download and have it somewhere posted next to where you are going to be working. If you print from here only, if you click Control P, what it's going to do is it's just going to print the first page. What you want to do is you want to download it like this. Open up with Adobe Acrobat or Adobe Reader. One of those two would just work just fine. And here it is. Let's talk about this. Yes, first day of school. Here it is. Email me, the teacher, saying that you want to stay in the class, and really just say, my name is so-and-so. I'm in your MATH45 class. I wish to continue to be in the MATH45 class. That is kind of like coming to class physically into the classroom. I know that you're there. So that's the equivalent of that. All right. The other thing is to sign up for the Mylab Math. And once you do that, you are, in a sense, officially enrolled and will not be dropped by me for not signing into the class. Okay, what I did change, because I'm kind of late on the Chapter 1 video, I changed the due date for Chapter 1. It's going to be down here for 28. That's on the Mylab Math site, so that's going to be done a little later here. Okay. Let's look at the rest of the semester here. So notice all the due dates on Fridays. I thought that would be the most easiest thing to do. Second of all is each week we start a new chapter. So pretty much we're doing a chapter a week. The due date is to finish up the chapter is on Fridays. Labor Day is the 7th, so over here, so no class there. That doesn't affect us too much. So chapter 10 is here. Then on October, we do have the midterm exam, so no new chapters to do. Notice that's just chapter 10 that week, and then we have a sort of like a week to prepare for the midterm exam. All right, after that, we have chapters 11, 12, skipping 13, we're going on to 14 and 15. And in November, we have 16, we got Veterans Day, so no things due. And then on the 13th of November, we do have the last chapter that's done, which is chapter 17, also the SLO exam. So that would be for that. Then we turn around for finals week. We just have the final exam. So there it is. The 20th would be your final exam. After that, you are done with the class. It also is on a Friday. Okay, so please email me if you have any questions on this as well. And if I have the same question happening 2 or 3 times, I know I was not clear and I can send out some more information for the rest of the class. All right, let's close that file menu. We'll come back to the linking canvas in just a bit here. So the only other thing I want to cover is this little piece right here called something called the Net Tutor. So West Hills College Coalinga, and this is West Hills College Lemoore. So it depends on how you're listed as a student. If you click on it, these are tutors, virtual tutors that the college has paid for. You have 40 free hours of tutoring by these people, and these people at least have a bachelor's degree in the field that they are tutoring. So this should be pretty good tutoring sessions here. Students that used it in the past have stated they were for the most part, pretty much satisfied with what they were able to get out of this here. Okay, so the only other thing that we got to do is this right here. So algebra, basic math, and pre-calculus, that's one setting, right? And calculus and above is the other. So I would venture to guess this right here is what you want, it's not the calculus sequence, that's why. So if you want to click on it here, you go to here, and then you have two options of how you want to speak with the tutor. So one option is to go in and you're going to drop in and you're going to talk to a live tutor online. Click on here. I can't click on it because I have an instructor view of it. I don't have the student view. Clicking on that, they'll take you to a chat site with a whiteboard. You start talking to the person, and then what happens down here, your video or your session gets recorded down here in case you want to watch it again. Okay, so that's one way. The other way is to drop off a question. You got a question, really had a difficult time with it, so you drop it off over here. The answer comes in over here. I think they have a policy about 48-hour turnaround, so 2 days. 2 days to get the answer back to you. All right, like I said, people in the back in previous semesters have really liked this. The tutors are pretty good. So there's the net tutor. Okay, let's go back up to here. So this is called the Mylab and Mastery site. You probably should download this as well. You'll learn how to use this. Learn how to set up the linkage here. So you are going to go to your Canvas site, content page, make sure you are there, and here's kind of the two things here. When you click on the Mylab and Mastery, which I'll click on in just a second here, if you already have a Pearson account, then all you do is you enter your username and passcode and you are in. If you have never had a Pearson account, it's the first time you're doing this, or a MyLab Math account, then you're going to create this using the prompts and you're going to create a new code. All right, now this one, if you purchase the code, so this access code is something that you purchase. This is where you pay the full amount and you get the access code. Now you have 6 months of usage of the site itself. All right, you don't have to do that at that point. You can just get a temporary access code without payment for 14 days, try it, and then we go from there. All right, and the last one here, it just says, hey, go and fill out your profile so I can see who's in the class. We can have a little conversation to get to know you guys. All right, that is where we're at. And that's just some miscellaneous items here. The help desk, if you need to call them, all the good stuff there. Okay, so let's jam with it here. So Mylab and Mastery, we're going to enter into the publisher website. Here's where you're going to do your homework, midterm exam, final exam. So the only thing you're not going to do here are your discussion boards. So as you log in as a student, yours is going to look a little differently here. It's going to click over here. It's going to say go to Mylab and Mastery site or create an account site here. Mine is already created, so I'm going to click on that. All right, just a few things I want to let you see over here. So I enter as an instructor, so my view is going to be a little different from your view. I think what you get is you get to see a calendar right away, and then you get to see assignments underneath. Mine shows a grade book and some other things here to click on right away. But I noticed that, let's see, I noticed that about 7 people have already registered for the class, or at least got an account. That's cool, good job. All right, I think the way yours works, it comes in like this. And there's a little calendar above as well, if you want to do a calendar view or you just want to do this view. So notice I did change chapter 1 homework. It is due not on the first week, but the second week. So chapter 1 and chapter 4, we are skipping chapters 2 and 3. All right, and so you just click on the homework itself, and it'll give you which problems are are set up. So there's going to be 14 problems set up there. And let me just click randomly on number 7. Let that come up real quickly here. All right, so some of these are going to be multiple choice. Some of these are going to be fill-in questions as well. Just kind of depends on the nature of what it says to do. And so this is an election using the board account method. Again, candidates, and you're going to go at it, and by the time you get to this question, you're going to know exactly what it is. Be mindful real quickly here. Notice it says 1-3-29. So this is the chapter 1, but it's section 3. So if you have not covered section 3 yet, and you don't know what that is about, you're not ready for that lecture. Right, so if on the homework, let's say on the lecture notes, I only covered sections 1 and 2, then you know that I haven't given you the lecture for section 3. So real quickly here, I think chapter 1 has 6 sections here. So question 14 probably should come from section 6. Yes, it does. There it is. So chapter 1, section 6. All right, the other thing that you should notice is this little question help piece right here. So you can go to the textbook, which we'll see in just a bit here. You can ask me a question if you're really stuck, and you go from there. Let me see if there's some other help. So let me just randomly choose another question. Let's see if the help menu changes a little bit here. Okay, that's what I was looking for as well. So some of these actually give you solve me this problem, and this will go step by step, helping you through the problem itself. Another one is the one that's used the most here probably is this one right here, just to view an example. And when you click on view an example, it's going to be another problem very similar. The numbers are going to be very similar. The instructions are exactly the same. And you go through that example. Once you get that example, then you should be able to get the homework problem here. The other piece is a video. That means that the publisher has made a video that's very similar, not always exactly the same, but very similar to the problem itself over here. And again, you still have the textbook, ask the instructor if you're really stuck, and you go from there. Okay, with that said, let's go back to what we've been looking at before. Here, let me get out of the homework section right here. Yep, gonna leave. There's that. The next thing, so you're not going to use the grade book here. There's no sense of looking at here because we're going to keep grades inside Canvas. The e-textbook, here's your ebook that I was talking to you about earlier. In fact, even in the previous lecture or the previous video here. So if you want to get to the textbook itself, you don't want a physical textbook in your hand, then you go over here, click on it here, and it will open up a PDF version of the textbook here. I gotta say it's kind of a little slow in loading up all the time, especially clicking from one page to another. But if you want just to sort of follow along on an example, this is pretty good. If you want just a physical textbook, again, you have the purchase option or just the rent option for the semester. All right, mine is even saying it's waiting, and I've tried it before. It kind of loads. I'm not sure if it's loading the whole entire textbook, but it takes a while to load. And then each time you click to the next page, there's a little bit of a lag in loading each time. All right. Let's come back to it once it actually is all set up. Let's see, I'll give it a little bit of time to get there here. The other part that I want to show you real quickly is this Multimedia Library. So click on that. And what happens here is all the resources that you need is listed per chapter. You can search for them as well. So the PowerPoint slides that I showed you earlier, that's on Canvas. I took them from here and I posted it in Canvas, so you can get those too. And then this also does a few other things here. So I'm going to go just to chapter 1. All right, chapter 1. There it is. I'm going to go with all sections for chapter 1. And what you want to do is you want to click this little select all button and find. All right, what's in here? So there is some applets that you can use and put in numbers and all the good stuff here. You can do that. The PowerPoint slides right here, exactly the same ones that are on Canvas, no change whatsoever. The ebook, if you need to get to a certain section, you don't want to go through the ebook link, you can go through here. It's going to take you to the exact same spot. But right over here, I thought these were useful. These are just videos. There's an introduction, usually to a chapter. And then from there, then it gives you, it doesn't do all the problems. That's where I found that was an issue. So that's why I said I'm going to do the problems themselves for you. But it does give you some, like example 1.6, it'll give you that one. Example 1.9, it's missing 7 and 8. So I want to fill those in with my lectures for the chapter. But if you wanted to see something particularly for that, that'd be a perfect scenario there, at least with the video here. All right, the StatCrunch, that's actually not for this class, that's for the statistics class, so no need to do anything there. But for the most part, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing your homework here. And I like the fact that they're integrated, even the videos, into the homework already at that point. All right, so I wish you well in this endeavor. Let me just go back to the ebook. Let's see if that already loaded. Finally, yes, it did. So there's your ebook, just for you to take a look at it. If you click on the side over here, it gives you the menu option of where you want to go. And notice there's a little lag time here, right? So let's go chapter 1 and expand that out. Let's go 1.2. And we're going to wait a little bit here. All right, not bad. Looks like 10 seconds or so. Nope, there it is. So yes, again, we're waiting for it to load. So hopefully you have a better internet connection. Or your computer's not doing too many things here for it to load here. So almost there. Okay, there it is, the plurality method. Yay. All right. And we go from there. It talks about what that is going to be, and we're going to cover that anyways in the lecture and on the homework. All right, so there's the ebook as well. So returning back to here. There it is. Hopefully that gives you enough of a understanding of the class itself, and I wish you well this semester.